Hello, party people. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought I would make a video like it. It's pretty unusual for me to go longer than 3 or 4 days without uploading something, right? One of the first things people ask about someone they haven't talked to in a long time is, how is work going? It's going. Something I do want to share, which there's been a large emphasis on in the recent history of the channel, where the main channel revolving around PlayStation stuff, and I'm gonna explain some things that I want. Hopefully this is not the whole video, but I'm just explaining something right now. Okay, so on this little old website called psnprofiles.com, there are 7.07 million PlayStation gamers that are tracked, right? How many of them are active? I don't know. But if you take a look at it, right, and then you Google how many PlayStation monthly active users there are subscribed essentially to the PlayStation Network, right? Or just use PlayStation in general. We're talking about the whole world here. There's about 132 million of those people who presumably own a PlayStation. Some might own more than one. I'm not one of those people. I used to be, but not anymore. Okay. So if you do the math, if you take that 7.07 million, right, you divide that by 132 million of the database that tracks PlayStation users across all PlayStation platforms. Anything you can get a trophy from, basically. So we're talking PS3, PS Vita, and up. If you do the math, that's only about 5.3%, 5.4% of 0.053%, 0.054%, sure. You know what I mean. Math is not my best subject. So there's this thing called on the ranking of PlayStation, right? I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, but if you look at my profile, TCB-Gaming-PS, PS as in PlayStation, I am ranked in the country of those 7.07%, 7.07 million users. How many of them are American? I don't know, but this is worldwide. Well, this is country based. Country based, I am at 33. Of the PSNProfiles.com users, there's 32 people ahead of me in the entire country, in one of the largest consumer bases in the world, America. In the world, since we're talking so much about it, I rank 255 out of however many, you've been paying attention, so you do math. Those are both my highest numbers yet. Why they are that way? I've been doing a lot of pushing. Again, you've heard me say this before, more so in terms of quantity as opposed to quality. How about that? It's been a long time coming, and I'm soon enough I will hit 5,000 PlayStation Platinum trophies. To let you know how remarkable to me that is, just ask anyone else who owns a PlayStation. I dare you to find someone local, even not local, who ranks higher than me in the country. So I'm pretty sure not everyone knows those top 32 people. I'm pretty sure. So I don't mean to brag, but I do. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm looking in terms of staying in the human services field. Personal life, it's personal for a reason. I've started talking to someone again. in my past, and whatever happens, happens. I've accepted that I have no control over it to an extent. I've looked into becoming a DSP, which is basically the I don't want to say babysitter, but like they help out with a lot of stuff, like taking care of patients within a normal limit that they're qualified in. So like I'm not like injecting them with like their medicine or whatever. I've also looked into becoming a companion, basically for people who are lifers in the hospitalization system. They just need some company around them, someone to talk to. Very light stuff like helping with meals and whatnot. If they're bedridden, getting something from their desk. So menial tasks like that, like watching TV with them or something. So that's what I've looked at. How much of it has panned out, we'll see. There's just really not. I don't think there's not a lot going on in my life right now. Arguably, in the past 5 or 6 years, there have not been anything going on since 2020, since the pandemic. And there's reasons for that. I'm not going to draw you a treasure map or, lead you through a puzzle, but there's a lot of things that I don't want to say I'm using it as an excuse, but since the pandemic, there's been a lot of changes in popular opinion towards people that look like me. How's that? How does that describe it any clearer than that? It's not something I'm mad about. I used to be. It's something I've grown to accept, that the world is never going to look at me the same. And considering the certain history of certain things or certain history, it's kind of insulting, to be honest. It doesn't matter anything else regarding that, because in my opinion, I've done more than most people have been asked for. And I'm not going to go into politics about this, but in the unlikely situation there is a draft, who do you think they're going to look for first? Who's going to make the top of that list? Because I tell you right now, it's not me. The likelihood of there being a draft is very small. But I'm just saying, like, you signed, whether you know it or not, the Selective Service Act before. Every male needs to agree to those conditions if you want to go into college or university. You have to sign up with the Selective Service. So for those of you that don't know and just signed your name away, that is written in the case where there would be a draft needed to happen, and a particular age group of who they would pick would be college students. Their average age. Will it get to that point? Probably not. But is it always a possibility? I mean, take my words however you want to take them, but without revealing too much of my personal opinions, for all you know, it could be around the corner. And I hope you guys are ready. Emphasis on guys. I hope you guys are ready. There could be a storm coming. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait it out. And if that storm is as bad as some people think, I wouldn't make any long-term plans. That's all I will say. Regarding this issue, that's all I will say. You'll never hear me talk about this again during the presidency of certain people. That's it. Don't ask me for any details. Don't ask me for my political opinion. That's all. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. There's at the moment there's no reason to talk about this anymore. So I didn't mean to get so serious there for a second. I just man, AI is crazy, man. Dude, how many jobs have already started being replaced by AI? That's crazy, man. Like, a lot of these are in the creative fields, like writing, poetry, music, movies, TV shows, all this stuff. Some of the background jobs, behind the scenes jobs, have already been replaced by AI. I want you to think about that. There's potentially hundreds, maybe thousands of people who are no longer employed because AI has taken over their job. I mean, I don't know how much credence you want to put to this, but as a quote unquote writer, that is scary. I'm sorry, like, to think that, like, whatever hobbies you may or may not have in the creative field, those could be potentially replaced by artificial intelligence. And can a machine, I know it's not a machine, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Can a machine write something better than a human being can? I want to say no, but there's always that slight shadow of a doubt in the back of my mind asking, with the introduction of AI, am I wasting my time here? Me writing could have been craziest. The end to the trilogy. Before I turn age 50, I plan to be done with that book. Am I wasting my time because AI is coming? Or AI has already came and has already started to leave its impression, its mark on human history? Am I wasting my time? I don't know what to say in regards to that. It's sad news. It's scary news that some people can't provide for their families anymore because their job got replaced. And if there are many of those unfortunate ones, I don't know what the solution is. Honestly, I think it's basically get good. Because, like, if your talent level is not on par with AI, I would like to think that an actual human mind can create something better for the masses than arguably a machine. A system designed by humans to have intellectual capabilities that normally a human only has. But that's not the age we live in anymore. So, I would like to say good luck and stay safe, especially to the males out there, because, like I said, a storm might be brewing. At the end of the day, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, it's not backed up by any reputable source or sources, you have to ask yourself, is so-and-so a new ally? Or are they just another storm? You have to ask yourself that. Because nothing is probably going to happen. Okay, I want to reassure people of that. But are you prepared for that storm? Are you going to know that you might have to fight someone else's war because you signed up for selective service? Because whether you graduate or not is not the issue. The point is, at some point, you were given a document, probably from the school you're applying to, that said, in case there's a draft, that you would be willing to get drafted. I don't think a lot of people understand the magnitude of that. Why do you think there's protesters on college campuses who say, don't sign up with the selective service, don't have your rights taken away? I've seen those people. I'm sure you've seen those people too. A lot of them are guys. Did you listen to them? Did you hear out their arguments? Probably not. Can it affect you in the future? Probably. Now, I know the people that I graduated with, we're about in our 40s right now, right? Most likely we're kind of out of that age bracket, you know? How many people do you know that are younger than you? How many males do you know that are younger than you? It's not that we're not all fighting for the same team. It's that no matter what happens in human history, not everyone can get along with everyone. Whether that be a political affiliation, a personal thing, an unfortunate opinion that does not agree with yours, and that you're just kind of wrapped up in, like, without by choice, not by choice. But let me put it this: because of the way you look, people are gonna have preconceived opinions, and they're entitled to it, of course. You don't have to agree with it, but they're entitled to it. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Now, in certain people's cases, right, are they ineligible to be drafted? Of course. That includes people like the handicapped. People like, in some cases, like, who've had felonies. You can still enlist. There's just a whole different process to it. If you're a convicted felon, like, there is a situation where you can re-enlist in any part of the military, as far as I know. But again, that's the first thing you hear from one of the first lines in Genshin Impact is, are you a new ally, or are you another storm? And I would like to think that we're all fighting for reasons to stop that storm, or at least lighten it. And if we do what we can do and we can't do anything beyond that, I hope the world is not a scary place to live in for our generation and for future generations. I'm just going to throw this out there as a final note. In the animal kingdom, how often do you see, like, a fight to the death? Occasionally you see, like, the alpha male, you know, conflicting with another male in the animal kingdom. Human beings are the only species that kills each other. You don't see that in the animal kingdom. As far as we know, we don't see that in any other group of life forms. Yet we're the only ones that kill each other. So, did you know that? Did you think about that? It's kind of scary. Yet we all know it's true. You can look at human history and you know for a fact this is true. So, like, I'm not asking for a revolution or some shit. Like, I'm just pointing out what I consider to be the obvious. If you don't agree with me, I actually hope you're right. I don't hope that I'm right. I hope you're right. But I'm not a pessimist. I probably am, but I don't consider myself to be. How much of a realist do I think I am? I don't know. Just the life you lead influences the future opinions you have. And I've been leading my life in a lot of different places. And I know that sometimes the future of our safety, of the ones we care about, is not always guaranteed, is a privilege. You live in this country as a privilege. And, you know what, I'm getting a little bit too into it, but I will say this. No one forced you to come to this country. Now, if you were born there in here, that's different. But no one says you have to stay in America, especially if you don't like it. If you don't like it here, you can always leave. And no one's going to hold that against you. No one is forcing you to stay here. I don't want to say get out, but I want to say consider your options, that other countries don't have these same options, these freedoms as you. And I don't think people understand that. It's not about being patriotic. It's not about being political or influenced or whatnot. It's about the reality of the situation that we have right now. And maybe it's just unnecessary worry. Maybe it's being concerned. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. So, I mean, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves and each other.